So meanwhile, back in the U-Haul, Breacher 1 wakes up in the dark. You can fumble around the back of the U-Haul. There is still some supplies in the back, but all of your allies are gone, and it's quiet.
I feel like it's something that I should bring with me and needs to be guarded, or what? Shit, that's only an 11.
Yeah, it's dark, so it's hard to tell, but it feels like canned goods and packages of water and diapers and stuff. It feels like the stuff you guys got from the grocery store, although you can't tell exactly because it's really dark.
Gotcha.
Breacher 1, you realize you're locked in the back of the U-Haul. The back door does not open for you when you try to open it.
At least you got food and water.
You do have food and water, but it's completely dark and you're stuck in the back of a U-Haul.
Can I just straight up strength check it?
Yeah, you can try to strength check and just lift the door.
Yeah,
Think you're strong enough to break a lock?
It's only a 15.
Try as you might, you can't lift a locked U-Haul door.
I guess I was asleep, so I don't know where the fuck I am. I'm not gonna start making noise. I don't know where I am. I don't know. I could be surrounded by zombies for all I know. Yeah, I mean, somebody's gonna have to eat at some point and come back for the food. Oh yeah, I'm definitely fighting a shit corner. I don't know if I want to go through the trouble of busting open some cans, but if there's something easy to snack on, I'll do that and just rest up.
Sunflower seeds. You could probably eat those.
Hell yeah. Beggars can't be choosers.
They're just seeds. So Breacher sits around and eats plain sunflower seeds.
Yeah, I'll just snack on some sunnies and then rest up. Gotcha.
And then we'll go to House 1, where Cal, Genevieve, Flarge, and Carlton are at. Almost just as soon as you guys enter the house, as like a light rain has started outside, so it is raining a little bit on the beach now. You have whatever goods you have in your packs and stuff, whatever you brought with you. Everything else got taken into the Piggly Wiggly for distribution to the rest of the Edisto, the rest of the town.
I mean, I guess let's walk around and explore, because...
It's fully furnished, so it's got couches, beds, all the appliances, furniture.
But not enough towels.
Not enough towels, correct. There's only 3 towels in the towel closet. The water doesn't work here. Electricity doesn't work. Nothing works.
Alright, can I do a perception check to see if there's any first aid stuff lying around? Need it, because I got a 4.
Alright, let's see what I got.
It's dark and Flarge doesn't find anything.
I got a 23.
Nice.
Luckily for you, Cal can find some rubbing alcohol and cotton swabs, but nothing else. 1 bottle of rubbing alcohol, 1 bag of 25 cotton swabs. The bottle, of course, has 10 uses like most bottles of things.
Can we go around the house and find things that would have batteries in them and take the batteries out?
You can go on a battery hunt? Sure, you can roll me a perception check to go on a battery hunt.
Electricity. But yeah, just other batteries like for our flashlights and stuff. And
You can roll.
18.
I'm gonna help out on that.
You can find 2 AA batteries, but nothing very useful for any of your equipment.
What the hell? With an 18, I find 2 AA batteries.
I rolled percentage for what's in the house.
Man.
I rolled a 5, so that's a no.
Yeah. It's all the batteries you're able to find in the dark right now in this house.
I don't know. I mean, unless somebody just wants to walk over to their house and knock on the door and be like, hey, let's do
Just
that.
send someone over.
You guys want to pick a walkie-talkie channel?
Channel 3.
Alright, channel 3. You guys will have Carlton run across the street.
I want to take a nap.
Alright, Cal finds a room to lay down in. Do you want to go for the master bedroom or the child's bedrooms? You get first dibs since you're the first one going to sleep.
I'll take the master, of course. I walk to the front door, look through the peephole. That's 25.
It's dark and it's hard to make out who it is exactly, but it looks like it's probably Carlton with a 25.
I'll cautiously open up the door.
Alright, you open up the door a couple inches, look outside, confirm that it's Carlton.
And then I'll open up the door and let him in. And I go, Rah! Just kidding.
Oh, man.
Sorry, dick move, dick. Hey, listen, can you put the channel on our walkie-talkies to channel 3, please?
Oh, gotcha.
Who got it? Everyone do a radio check. I have the walkie-talkie in our group, and I'm asleep. Or trying to go to sleep.
Ask. I guess if he's going to sleep, I'd probably say, why don't I hang on to that so I can receive the
Sure,
signal?
I'll let you hold on to it.
Okay.
You guys to say something.
Yeah, I've got it on 3, and I'm just waiting for them to say something.
Like, hey, testing. So y'all can hear me.
I'm gonna click it on and say, message received, this is so exciting, over.
It'll make like a walkie-talkie sound when you let go and hold on to the button, of course.
Yeah. How's your house look over there, over?
We haven't really done too much exploring just yet, but we're excited to look around. Over.
We found 2 batteries so far, over.
Who knows what we'll find? Over.
We don't want to
Mindless
wear out our
test.
batteries, over. Have a safe
Good
night.
call. Over.
Over.
Meanwhile, at House 2, now that you guys have a chance to look around in the dark, you guys want to explore or just pick out rooms to sleep in?
I'll do a battery check as well. 22.
In this house, you find what looks like a car battery. It appears to be plugged into a freezer, which is pretty easy for you to spot even in the dark.
I'd go over and open up the freezer.
Roll perception check.
25.
You open the freezer, and it looks like the ice inside is melted and the light isn't on, so the battery must be dead. And there's some old fish in there, so when you open it up, a waft of old fish smell comes out, about 4 pounds of no longer frozen fish. That was sort of often as like a side garage area, so you're not really bothering anyone too much.
I'll let everybody know about the freezer and car battery in the garage.
Jumping.
Their car in the garage?
Perceptions.
Well, I'm already in there, so I'll roll a perception if there's a car in the garage with me, and I rolled a 15.
There's no car, but there is what looks like a dirt bike.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
sweet. I'll walk back into the main part of the house and let them know about the dirt bike and the freezer and the car battery.
I want to go through the kitchen drawers.
Okay, you looking for anything in particular, or just utensils?
Ideally looking for the junk drawer that everyone has in their kitchen that has like batteries and wine and meat and 13.
You find the junk drawer. This is obviously a rental, so it's mostly like takeout menus for restaurants in the area. But you do find 3 batteries in there, also AA's.
Stick them in my pocket or my fanny pack.
There's also a big spool of twine, though. If you want the spool of twine, you can have that as
I
well.
want wine.
Yes.
There's about 9 feet of twine on there. It's a thick, coarse, probably hemp twine.
See anything else in that drawer, or is it just going to be the takeout menu?
Takeout menus, coupons, batteries, and twine. There's a pair of scissors in there, too, if you want that, but...
I'm gonna find a room and rest.
Alright, do you want to... You're first dibbing for sleep, so do you want to go for a master bedroom? One of the smaller guest bedrooms?
I would like a smaller guest bedroom.
Yeah, this house also appears to be a rental, so it's also fully furnished, and the bed has covers on it and stuff. And this house didn't have a zombie in it, so it's empty and doesn't smell of feces or anything. There's even probably one or two flushes left in the toilet. If you guys want to pee or poop 1 or 2 times, you could probably get away with it. And you've got a clean bed to sleep on, so you can rest. Cecil. There are 2 bedrooms, 1 master, 1 guest in this particular house. But there's also a couch that folds out into a bed, and other furniture and floors to sleep on. I mean, you guys have slept in worse places in the zombie apocalypse, like the floor of liquor stores and stuff. The floor of Cuddy's. There's also a balcony on the 2nd floor.
I'm gonna go to both doors, because I have 2 of them, and set up a bell net on the front and back door.
Alright, the front door is standard, wood door. The back door is like a sliding glass door. It opens out to a patio with some furniture on it, but do you want to drape it on the outside or inside of one of those doors?
Inside of both.
Alright, you want to have like it triggered if the door opens, they at least ring?
Yeah.
You want to roll me a survival check to set up those triggers?
18.
So I'd have to roll higher than that to sneak by them or disable them or whatever, but 18 is pretty good if you feel comfortable with that. You set up 2 traps.
I'll let everybody in the house know that I'm gonna, in case somebody tries to sneak in while we're sleeping.
So I'll stay up and keep watch if no one else is doing it at the second house. I wasn't paying attention.
I'll find a comfy couch, take Marla and Myrtle, and take a nap.
And the cat, too.
Penelope.
I need like 5 HP. If I sleep, will I get that back?
If you don't want to sleep a full 8 hours, you could sleep 4 hours with a roll of D4 plus con. And that might be enough for you to heal all the way up and you won't have to sleep the full 8. And someone else will keep watch for 4 hours during that period of time.
I'll let Gary know. I'll take first watch. You can take a nap. Now I'll pass out.
So, Carlton, you could hang out over here as long as you like or head back to the other house, but you're currently here.
I'll go to the other house and stand guard, so we are all kind of
In the same mode?
dispersed.
Yeah, I was gonna go to sleep on the couch.
Alright, so applesauce is already in the couch. There's a love seat, so it's not quite as large, but if you want to lay out on the love seat, you can.
Oh, no, I can sleep on the floor. I get cozy. Yeah, I mean,
What is the material?
The carpet's that rough, like shag carpeting. It's old carpet, but you can still sleep on it.
I can sleep on that easy.
So Sir Chet lays down on the living room floor near applesauce.
Can I just so sleep in the master bedroom?
The cat probably follows you in there, for sure. Rest. Cecil's asleep. Gary's asleep for 4 hours and then taking over, while Applesauce is awake for 4 hours and then going to sleep. So Chet's asleep. Back at House 1, Carlton re-arrives.
Yeah, is it possible to keep watch and keep nosing about in the house?
It's totally possible. You can keep watch and poke around if you would like to roll a
Okay, does this place have a
perception check while you poke around.
garage that we can get to, or drawers that I can open all the drawers in the bedroom?
This place has a large carport underneath, not a garage. It's like up on stilts. But there is a shed of like a locked shed underneath in that garage carport area.
Locked. Probably need to use my crowbar to get into that. I'll wait until daytime to do that.
Can I try to pick the lock for the shed?
Can we look for some bees?
Does this place look like a rental or one that somebody lived in?
And there was at least one person living here who's now flopping out on the front lawn.
But like it seemed like, is it like a full-time residence place or an obvious rental?
Hard to tell. It looks kind of lived in because that one person you tossed out was living here at least recently, but maybe they were a renter.
Alright, the disabled device, I got 15 on that.
So it's a really cheap, shitty lock. You think you could break it if you wanted to break it, but getting the right combination, it's like right now you're trying to disable it by getting the right combination or just shake it up to break it and it won't. You feel like you either have to snap it or get the right combination. It's a 4-number combo.
I've got a crowbar, you can just pop it off.
Or a strength check to pop it off. It's a cheap lock. It wouldn't take much.
Yeah, whatever, just
I got a 20.
Oh yeah, you pop that door right open. Inside, it's dark. And if somebody want to light it up, or you mean roll perception check either way, but if you light it up, it'll be easier to see what's inside. If not, it'll be harder.
Yeah, I mean, I'll turn on my.
There you go.
Alright, Jimmy holds the flashlight up, making it easy for you guys to see, even with a passive 10, that this shed is full of beach sporting gear. It's got badminton net and rackets. It's got
Sporting gear.
bocce balls.
Are there inflatable rafts?
There are inflatable rafts and those styrofoam tubes you play with in the pool.
Noodles.
Noodles, fun
Ooh.
noodles. There's all that, and there's a child's bicycle.
Can I do a perception check for like a hatchet? See, I got 10.
You don't see a hatchet or anything like that. There's a baseball bat in there if you're looking for something like a weapon.
I just need a hatchet. I don't want to take the bat. Does anyone want the baseball bat? I found a baseball bat.
It's a child's baseball bat, so it's not full-length baseball bat, but still hit stuff with it.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it.
Alright, you grab anything else out of the shed?
I guess not.
Baseball bat. Is it wooden or aluminum?
It's a wooden baseball bat.
May I have that?
Give it to Carlton.
Yeah,
The three of you want to remain awake at the house? House
I
2?
might as well.
If you have no reason to sleep, you can. Just, like I said, don't stay up more than a couple days at a time or you have to roll insanity.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead and sleep.
Take one of the guest rooms. This is a slightly larger house with 3 rooms, so you can take one of the guest rooms. So, Flarge and Carlton, you'll stay awake and keep watch over the house. Make sure nothing happens overnight.
Yeah.
I rolled that overnight, nothing happens, the rain ends, it's all quiet. At night, you're not approached by any threatening villagers or zombies or even creatures of any type. Just quiet. Quiet and safe in your new homes. Although dark and some of your homes are smellier than others, still safe places to reside. You hear the ocean. You wake up with a sunrise, sound of gulls. Looks like a beautiful day outside now.
You know what you guys have gleaned while I was.
We'll tell them all the stuff.
I hear all the things. Can we raid the pantry and see if there's like some cereal? I could go for some breakfast.
You can perception check the
Oh,
pantry to
yes.
see if there's any leftover
Bowl of
food
cereal
here.
at the beach. Perfect.
I got 8.
You open all the cabinets and they're empty. This is definitely a rental. There's nothing in there. The fridge just has like sauce packets and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I guess I'll just eat a ration since there's nothing else going on. Do you guys want to maybe contact the other house and
Yeah, let's
talk
go see if
about
they're awake.
Genevieve has the walkie-talkie, I believe, correct?
Yep, currently. You can ask for it back if you like, but she just pushed the button, so.
I don't see the point in us being in 2 different houses, especially if one of them might be a little more secure. And I have some items in my handy-dandy zombie survival guide to help us make this house damn near impregnable, at least from zombies.
Batteries when we just walk across the damn street. Talking to each other.
Why would we go to them? I'd rather stay at the beachfront house personally. Either way, we need to talk to each other, so we need to see if they respond.
Alright, perception check, house 2, to see if you hear the bleedoop.
16, so I think I might be snoring.
It's enough to hear it. So you were resting in a nice, big, comfy master bed. You might hear the bleedoop, but you're not, like, rushing to answer it. They didn't say anything, it was just the noise of someone pushing the button, not followed by anything, so you can read that as you wish.
16 as well. Is that enough for me to wake up?
Yeah, same thing for you. You'll hear it. It'll be like an alarm noise in the distance. You'll hear the noise as well. At this point, Genevieve's probably pressed the button 2 or 3 times, so you guys have heard the call sound from the walkie-talkie.
I'm gonna look at the people in house 1 and be like, huh, they're not answering. That may not be a good sign. Maybe we should go over there after all.
We just, might check them again, give them another bleep bloop. I'm not ready to just walk outside for no goddamn reason unless they would let us know if they were in trouble, right? So they're probably just asleep. Maybe I woke up too early and they're still napping away. The sun hasn't hit their faces yet. I was in the master bedroom and they got beautiful bay windows. And
There's
shit.
way more
So
windows
I-
in this house. It's right on the beach.
Alright, yeah, can we look outside? Is it really early in the morning?
We give them a bleep bleep
Yeah.
or a bleep bleep.
Yes.
Pretty early in the morning.
Okay, well maybe let's wait a little bit and then we'll bleedoop him again.
You give him like 15 minutes.
I'm walking across the damn street.
Alright, Carlton's gonna go bang on the door.
Carlton's out of the house. Carlton, you knock on the door across the street.
I do.
Perception check for everyone in house 2 to hear someone knock on your door.
Roll a 10.
14.
11.
12.
It sounds like Sir Chet had the best perception of it, and it's gonna be the same kind of thing. You hear someone knocking on the door, but it doesn't sound urgent, and you're pretty comfy on the floor. You can get up if you want to. You hear someone knocking, but it doesn't sound urgent.
Chet, sleeping.
Give it me 5 more minutes.
Yes. I say get up, you lazy fuckers. We have work to do. Let's go. That'll work.
I rolled a 25 on perception, so I'm going to assume I heard him and walk downstairs in the floor. I'm going to kick Abbott, or not Abbott, whatever Abbott's character's name is. I'm going to kick him sleeping on the couch to wake him up.
Applesauce.
Kick some applesauce. Alright, that should wake you up there, applesauce.
Marla, comes to attention. She doesn't like loud noises.
I'll, finally get out of bed and, groggily stumble down the stairs. Because I heard the commotion.
Alright, everybody's got bad head and morning breath, but you guys let Carlton in.
more than one.
You might have that too, but it's underneath your armor. It's underneath your codpiece, luckily, so no one can tell.
I'd say we let him in.
Yeah, Carlton's in.
Hey, we need to get shit done. We need to get some food, water, shelter, all that bullshit. We have shelter, so let's get some food and water. We need to either drive, which we have no gas,
No, we have gas.
or, well, we're in...
We've used about half a tank on both the Mazda and the U-Haul, if I remember correctly.
I'll let Carlton know that I've been waiting to fish this entire time. I've been stuck in the peninsula for way too long. I have enough hooks and nets and fishing lines. Whoever wants to come with me to the beach to fish can.
Well, you have no bait, it sounds like.
Well, that's what I have the fishing net for. It's a bait net. We could use the rotten fish for bait while the bait net's in the water.
Did anyone pilot a boat? Anyone?
No.
Do you guys want to convene your two houses into one, or just have Carlton over here and discuss plans in House 2?
No, I'm going to go back and forth through houses.
Okay, you're gonna do like relay messages.
Can we open some windows if it smells bad?
You can air it out. Open up the big. You can open up the big glass doors.
Let's
You've got some glass doors out to the balcony that opens out to the beach, also. So you can open that up.
Nice ocean air up in here.
Air it out, and you can all congregate. Roll a perception check as group from House 2 crosses the street into House 1.
12, 16,
13, natural 1.
25.
So while you're crossing the street, Jana, you will spot two young men, teenagers it looks like, on bicycles heading up the road the direction of your houses.
Hey guys, you see those kids down there? Now I smell you.
Now that you point them out, they might be able to sort of make them out in the distance. It's like, sunny beach day. There's the heat coming off of the sidewalk. Since it rained last night, it's sort of humid. It has those wavy lines, so it's hard to make out. But there's definitely two figures on a bicycle.
You guys see those kids?
They're not going to be able to catch up with you by the time you get into the house, and you don't really have to worry about them. So.
I don't see them?
I'm gonna roll perception to see if I can see him. That is a 16.
Now that she's pointed them out, you can sort of see them. You can't tell, you can't make out their features or anything, but now that she's pointed out the figures, you see some figures sort of in the heat waves.
May I intimidate them?
It'll be 30 seconds or so till the children can ride up to you. So if you want to wait in the road for them to arrive, you can, or you can enter the house.
Harry, which one are you?
I'm gonna go inside.
I'm just going to tell everybody that I'm walking with to just maybe not focus on the kids and let's just go to the house as we had originally planned.
What if they come bearing messages?
I'm gonna stay outside and talk to the kids.
Boy, yeah. Oh, hey.
Alright, Sir Chet and Cecil wait outside.
We're not assaulting them. They're just calm down.
Not yet, yes.
Everyone else can go inside and convene with the group in House 1. Inside the house, for everyone that went in, feel free to greet each other, look around this nice big
guys,
house.
Welcome.
Hey, where are the
Check
other
out all the
two
bad
people that are
paintings.
supposed to be with you? Anybody? Where are the other two people that were with your group?
Oh, they're outside.
Sweet, I'm gonna go outside. Why am I going outside?
They saw some kids on
Yes,
bikes.
children, excellent. I'm heading out there.
Can I roll sense motive on the statement "children excellent"?
Yeah, yes. Not a bad idea, Applesauce. Please do.
Oh god damn, I'm on a roll. It's a 2 plus. That's it. It's a 2.
However your character would read that is exactly how you can read that right now with no reason to think otherwise.
Make some squinty eyes at 'em.
I'll say, what? They're good gophers. We can make them do what we want if we give them something in exchange.
Can
Larger
I
group.
roll a perception to watch what's happening outside?
I'm gonna walk behind him to make sure that everything happens on the up and up.
So Cecil, Sir Chet, Applesauce, Cal. About half your group is outside, half in. Group inside, you're probably just chatting and having a nice time. Probably some of you watching through the windows. So outside, two kids will roll up on bikes. They'll stop right in front of you, skid. One of the kids is more tan, longer, dark hair, taller, and one's a shorter, fatter kid. One kid looks like he hasn't had a haircut at all in a while. One kid looks like someone cut his hair really short really recently. The shorter kid hops off his bike and hands it to his friend who holds it upright for him. He walks towards the group of you adults all standing around menacingly and says, "Hey, Billy, that's my name. What's your name?"
I'll introduce myself as Cal.
I'm Cecil, Billy. Where, have you been? What the fuck's going on?
What's the roll of sense motive on this guy? 5. Motive. I got a 14 on sense motive.
I'm still kind of watching from the back, and I roll sense motive on
Cal.
17.
You got a 17 on Cal.
I'm trying to see if we can put these kids to use.
Oh god! I become more suspicious of Cal.
Both these kids appear between 12 and 14 years of age.
Can I roll a perception check to see if they have playing cards in their spokes?
Of course.
Oh, I got 7.
Neither one has playing cards in their spokes, but one of them does have what looks like those cool cool light up wheel spoke things that like do like patterns.
Alright, well, I'm gonna open up the window and make fun of them for not having playing cards in their trucks.
Can we switch back to the group talking to the kids? All right, I'll ask them, why are you guys, out biking around during these crazy times and not on the bike path?
My dad sent us to invite you for a barbecue later.
Oh, that was nice.
What's for dinner? Sense motive. Ask him 20 on sense motive.
He'll say venison and you'll believe him.
And I love venison, so I'm going to be like, that sounds delightful. Where and when?
He'll give you an address. It's around the curve up the street to a little more like densely packed housing area than this, like on the beach area, sort of near the golf course and stuff. You're from here, Cal, so you know where the address is. Just from the road name, you kind of get the idea of where the address is, even with your base 10 knowledge
They call
local.
them 100 blocks, so like the 900 block, that kind of shit. So I know where.
Yeah, very easy for you to find. You don't think you'll have any trouble finding this place. You guys have been cordially invited to a barbecue. Billy's dad's name is Henry.
Henry, and the last name, would I recognize it as the prominent name on the island?
It's the Pike family. You can roll knowledge nobility if you want to know about the Pike family.
I got a 15 on nobility.
So the Pike name will sound familiar. You won't know anything. You won't know anything about them really, but the name will sound prominent and familiar enough that you've heard the Pike family's been around for years. They're homeowners, not renters. These people are from here for a while. They're not from far off. A proud local.
We'll send them on their way and tell them we'll see them at 7 o'clock.
I mean,
whenever.
if you got a watch that still works, you're a lucky man. Just before sundown, you'll just watch the sun. When it's about to hit the water's edge, that's how you know it's time for barbecue. You'll smell the meat cooking. And his father and his friends are interested in meeting you guys.
Cool. You guys want to head back inside and say farewell to Billy and his tall friend?
Tall friend doesn't say anything while he's there, but they both hop back on their bikes if you're done with them, and we'll ride back up the street towards the 900 block.
For now.
Oh, gross.
My eyes get very more.
They're focused.
twitchy.
Yeah.
Inside, yes. Yeah, I'll let everyone know what's up, and I'll be like, why did you guys come over here? Why didn't you just hit us up on the walkie-talkies when we tried to hail you earlier?
Use the battery power.
The battery's on. Using it because we left it on, as long as we're not together, correct? So you should have heard us, or at least tried to contact us while I'm over here. Anyway, did you guys find anything fun over at house number 2 is what we're going to call it, I guess?
You can give it a fun beach name, like all those beach houses have, like the Storm Along. You can give it like a fun, funky family name if you want to pretend it has one.
A house called Wanda. Did you say that we got invited to a barbecue?
I'll gladly respond. I'm like, I talked to one very plump-looking little boy who invited us over to his dad's house for a barbecue.
My eyes squint.
Do you think that it's a people barbecue? Do you think that they eat people, or are we at that point in societal breakdown yet?
At least the small fat one seems rather sincere in the fact that we would be eating venison and we would not be dinner, if you get my drift.
I've been dying of fish. Anybody who wants to have a good fish dinner the next couple of days, more than welcome to come fish with me on the shore.
Well, we've got all day. It would be nice to bring something to, the barbecue.
It's always good to show up with a gift.
I look at Cal and say, I'm sure you want to bring something to the barbecue, but I'm talking about something different.
I would say, as someone, raised down here, it's polite to bring, a bottle of wine or something to the table, so to speak. There's some things we need to talk about now that we're all together again. Yay, this is fun. Are we planning on staying together? Do you guys want to split back up again? Do we need to go get the U-Haul? Aren't we still missing someone? Should we start working on fortification? We have the entire day to do this before we have to go to bed.
It's early in the morning now, and you have all day until this barbecue, and no one else, other than the rain starts back up a little bit, no one really comes to bother you. You can still see kids biking around and people riding by on golf carts, but unless you want to bother them, no one's going to bother you in your house.
I'm going to let everybody know, I think we left that guy in the U-Haul, but it's raining a little bit, and that's great for fishing.
I'm gonna go get Breacher 1 from the U-Haul, because I think I can talk my way into town with him.
Let's figure out, maybe split up into a couple of groups. I think one group should be fishing, another group should be setting up fortifications in the house, if we decide this is where we want to stay, and then the other group can go retrieve our friend and perhaps our U-Haul that we can transfer some cool stuff if we found anything at the other house that might fit to the back of it.
No more than 5 minutes from house to house. That's if you were taking your time carrying shit. They'll probably get a U-Haul in town as there's a blockade in the way. You have to move the blockade to get the truck into town.
I told you we found 2 AA batteries at the house, and this is called Turtle Patrol is the name of this beachfront house, unless anybody has a better name.
Found a dirt bike, not sure if it's operational or not, at our house.
I have engineering.
Just a dirt bike? That's it? Nothing else?
I'll be like, we got some rotting fish and a cooler and a battery that don't work.
Oh, so we have a cooler that we could potentially get to work if we had a way to charge the battery, and a dirt bike that we could all fit into the back of the U-Haul, perhaps? And the pool toys, too?
Yeah.
We can make armor.
Pool noodles!
Nope, nobody on board with that?
I used to be really into LARPing. I could probably help you make some weapons with these cool noodles.
We're spinning wheels here, guys. Are we going to split up into groups and do something?
I just want to go fishing because I'm not really into the whole killing animals thing. I'll eat them, I just don't like to look at it, so I'll go with you.
Gary will go.
Who wants to go fishing?
Cecil does.
I go fishing.
Okay, I got Sir Chet and Cecil.
How many
Oh, yeah.
nets or poles or whatever
Alright.
do you have? How many people need to go fishing?
I have all of the fishing line, fishing nets, and 200 fishing hooks. We are good.
Cal and Carlton and who else at the
Genevieve.
house working on defenses?
Genevieve, before they leave, I wanted to ask Joanna if I could have that heavy twine that she found. She doesn't need it for anything in particular, so that we can use it for fencing around the house. And
Yeah.
trips and stuff.
Booty traps.
Yeah, booby traps and trips and stuff.
I say, sure thing, and whip it out of my neat fanny pack.
Awesome, thank you.
Also, can I request, since we're sneaking an extra person into the compound, that we get a walkie-talkie in case things go sour?
Joanna's with you. Does she not have a walkie-talkie?
Yeah, I have the walkie-talkie.
You have one? Okay, great.
And
All right.
Genevieve has other ones, and we're in the house, and I assume the other team is going to be fishing on the shore in front of the house, so we can alert them.
Yeah, they can either fish on the beach or they can fish creek fishing behind that if you want to go to the riverside.
We'll just go to the beach in the front of the house.
Alright, so try some beach shallow fishing and see how that works out for you.
Oh, yeah, if it's early in the morning, then we can.
If it's also raining, which is really good for fishing, I'll let everybody know that.
Okay, so meanwhile, going to the U-Haul, Large, you're leading the way. You're able to make it to the U-Haul without encountering anyone. You go past the Piggly Wiggly. There's some people at the old Piggly Wiggly / Bilo, the grocery store where you guys kind of brought supplies. Just people there like getting supplies, things like that. But other than that, you don't really see a whole lot of people on this side of town. Seems like a lot of the population's packed on the other side of the island, far
Can I
away
do
from the blockade.
Through town, as we're walking through town, could I do a perception check just to see if there's anybody looking at us suspiciously, like if we don't belong, or maybe even like a sense motive on just the vibe of how we're being perceived?
Yeah, either one's fine, or both.
So that's a 26 for perception. Woo!
Other than the fact that there are about 4 guys posted up near the blockade in like deer stands, other than the 4 guys near that blockade, there's not a whole lot of defenses, and the people don't really seem to pay attention. Once you're inside and you're not a zombie, you guys walking around didn't seem to stun anybody. Some people might have pointed at you because you're new folks in town, but other than just the general you being new people, there wasn't any unnatural attention at you guys.
You can just be honest and just be like, yeah, we left a guy, he fell asleep on the ride here, and we didn't want to wake him, and he's in the back of the U-Haul locked in, and we just want to get him out.
Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah, I think being honest with them since they let us into their like safe community is probably the best policy. So,
You don't want to sneak in a heavily armed guy who has a lot of
Alright,
guns
so
and shoot
let's
someone
go get the
off.
fucker.
You guys walk right outside. You guys go around the blockade. It's only blocking the road, so as long as you guys don't mind walking through a little mud, you can get back to the U-Haul.
Do.
You unlock the lock on the back, open it up. Inside is Breacher 1, eating and shitting. The guards have said nothing to you, and like I said, unless Gary says something, you guys don't know they're watching you. Only Gary does. But they can probably still see you approaching the U-Haul. They can't see, I mean, when you open the back, they can't see the back of the U-Haul, so they can't see what's going on back there. They can't see what's inside. They saw you guys go to the U-Haul and open the back.
While Joe and Large,
Yep.
so while they're walking to the hall, could I hang back and do a Diplo check to one of the guards and ask them if it would be possible for us to bring our vehicles to town?
Wait, Gary, let me do it. I'll do it. I got 22 on that.
They'll explain there's a strict golf cart and bicycle-only policy on the island.
What?
All of the cars have been cannibalized for gas for generators and batteries for at-home appliances. Golf carts either electric or gas. They like that you guys' cars are outside the blockade. That way you guys can go get stuff, but they don't have to remove the blockade.
Okay.
Golf carts. There's a golf course that you can.
U-Haul, let's get this fucker out of there.
I'll just walk up to the U-Haul and unlock the thing and throw up the back garage thing door. That's the word I was looking for. The door. I'll open the door.
You'll see him in the corner with his piss and shit.
You're fine.
God, it smells so terrible in here.
You guys are not going to get your deposit back on this U-Haul.
Should we gather as much supplies as we can
We
from
don't
the U-Haul?
want them to know that we have the supplies in Paul, though.
Okay, so you got your own.
This is a
side
secret stash.
Yeah, we, what happened is I guess you were sleeping when we did this, but when we got into town, we decided to give them half of all of the stuff we had collected and all of the perishable items. No nefarious reasons, but just to have our own stock in case something happened.
Well, then we should probably lock this bad boy back up before they realize we've been withholding.
Latch it back from the outside.
Can I turn to Breacher and say, did you literally shit in the back of this U-Haul?
Where was I supposed to go? Thank God y'all got some diapers.
Alright, so you'll bring Breacher back into town. Now that Gary can point out the garage, you'll see him, they'll wave you guys coming in. They can tell this guy's with you. They don't seem threatened if you don't seem threatened.
Yeah,
They'll welcome your new ally into town.
Yeah, I won't try and be imposing or anything.
Not gonna pull a gun on anybody or anything like that?
Not yet.
Yeah, then you'll just be greeted friendly by people up in hunter stands.
Oh,
Deer
yeah.
stands.
Alright, cool. So, can they, fill me in as we're walking back what happened in the last day?
Yeah, it's about a 10-minute walk back to the house, so fill them in as much as you like.
Yeah, I'll tell them that we went raiding at some local farmers markets and grocery stores and gas stations and found food and some toiletries and supplies for the town to be able to let us stay there. That was their price of payment or admission. I'm going to tell them that they gave us 2 houses to stay in, but we're going to try to narrow it down to 1 house just so we could all be together. I'm going to explain that right now 3 of our party members are at one of the houses trying to fortify defenses while the other ones are fishing. So why don't we just head back to the beach house and take it from there?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Alright, you guys take a nice long walk back to the beach house. Meanwhile, in the 20 or 30 minutes that group was gone, what did the group at the beach house set up for defenses?
Yeah, can we loop the other team, see what their status is?
You can bleep bloop the other team. At what point do you want to bleep? You want to bleep bloop them as soon as they leave? You want to wait 10 minutes after they leave? You want to wait 20 minutes after they leave? How long are you waiting to bleep bloop them?
Well, I guess I will lay out my strategy, and while I'm laying it out, that 10 minutes will pass. I'm going to tell this to, Genevieve and Carlton.
Here we go.
According to the Zombie Survival Guide, if your house itself is not structurally ready for a zombie attack, various measures can be employed to fortify it. Exceptions: stilted homes, as seen on beaches and along rivers. Other high watermark areas may be built to avoid being overrun by floods. Their height makes conventional attacks impossible. The only entrance and 1 or 2 staircases could either be barricaded or destroyed once the alarm is sounded. On the raised platform, survival time would be dependent on the amount of provisions and homeowner has talked about blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking that if we want to, we need to block the front staircase, and if there is a downstairs area.
Someone has some twine?
Yeah, so I was wondering about using the twine and some rope that I have and kind of winding it around the stilt legs to sort of be a barrier or a trip for zombies even coming underneath the house, and then maybe we use primarily the staircase that goes underneath.
Or we could set up a perimeter around it with tin cans that make noises that would alert us.
Also,
and then have a secondary perimeter.
If you guys listen to what I said from the Zombie Survival Guide, none of that is necessary if we block the staircases. And we don't have to worry about any of that stuff. We could leave 1 staircase open with the 10 cans to alert us if people, or if any zombies approach. But otherwise, we just need to block these staircases, and we can leave our doors fucking unlocked and wide open. It doesn't matter. They're not going to be able to get up those stairs.
That would be primary, secondary, and then the actual thing where we can pointy sticks.
Okay, well, I'm going to start taking if there's deck furniture and blockading the front staircase, since no one else is listening to me.
There's plenty of furniture on the front porch and inside if you want to use furniture to block either the front door or the front staircase. On the beach front house, there's a front staircase and there's an entrance behind from the carport.
Well, yeah, I guess let's start blocking up that front door.
Push up furniture against the front door?
Not necessary. We don't need to lock our doors. We need to block these staircases.
So you want to open the front door and push stuff out onto the front porch and then down to the stairs. The stairs are outside, so you want to put on the stairs outdoors, put furniture blocking the path up the stairs?
Yes, that's what I intend to do. I vote that I'll start moving stuff onto the front porch stairwell to blockade it, and if you guys want to set up your tin can system for the back stairwell that leads towards the beach, that would be great.
On it.
Alright, so everybody roll survival checks to set up booby traps. That'd be survival or strength. If you're survival to set up it like a trap, and just strength to move it, either one would be fine.
Well, this is going to be strength then. A 19.
Yeah, you set it up so it'd be hard to get up the stairs. So now entering your house through the front stairs is difficult. Someone would have to roll above a 19 climb check to get over the stairs. Zombie or human.
I've done my part. Carlton, what are you going to do? Genevieve is setting up the tripwires on the back stairs, I believe.
Yeah, I rolled a 16 survival to set up tripwires.
And That's exactly how effective those tripwires are. They're at 16 capacity. Rolling a higher than 16 anything, get past them, but they're tripwires, so hopefully at least they make a noise before that happens.
Scambling told me they're not going to roll really good on stealth. Bleep bloop the other team that's out.
You can bleep bloop them at this point in time. It'll be about 15 to 20 minutes in. At this point in time, they'll be heading back with Breacher 1 just past the deer stands, and you bleep bloop them.
Genevieve,
about
you
10
want to
minutes
go ahead
out.
and bleep bloop them?
Let's do it. Bleep bloop.
Hey, we just got Breacher 1. We are walking back right now. Bleep bloop.
I'll ask Genevieve to relay that we've started fortifications of the house and tell them that they need to come up to the other stairwell and beware of the strip twine that we created. And in the meantime, while you guys are working your way back, we'll try to go check on the fishermen.
Right. So you've been warned.
I don't think we all have to go, but whatever.
Not all of us, I don't think.
It was my idea, so I'll go check on them. Maybe Carlton and Genevieve want to stay behind and hold down the fort.
Yeah, I'll wait for the Breacher and them to come back so that we can point out the easy way to get around the tripwire.
Two of you wait. Cal heads towards the fishing group. Fishing group, you've been gone about 20 minutes now. So during the past 20 minutes, you guys walked down to the beach. It wasn't very far. It's enough time for everyone that has a net to roll a survival check.
I have hooks, I have fishing line, I got like a fishing net. Good old boy. I'll throw in the bait net, and with a survival check, that's a 22.
You're able to catch 2 fish with that. Large enough to eat.
Catfish are often mullet.
I'll also
Two big fat mullet.
Like on our way onto the shore, I'll grab 3 sticks, like fashion some fishing poles with that.
You can roll me one survival check for all 3 poles. That'll be how good they're made.
25.
Well made. I mean, people can dip them in the water and stuff. You got no bait, but the people you made them for can use them if that's what you're taking for them to fish.
Okay, so make 3. They all have hooks and line. It's the I brought the highest test with me, so fish can't bite through it, and I'll pass it out to Sir Chet and Cecil.
Try to get some, like, fiddler crabs.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a perception check for any, like, crabs around the area. Crabs, barnacles, snails.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys can both roll survival, or unless you have something better like nature or one of those things to hunt down some fiddler crabs.
A 16.
A 10.
You guys can both catch 1.
Sweet, that's perfect.
The one that Cecil has is a little bit bigger than the one you have, Sir Chet. And by the time your other allies have baited their hooks and caught their fiddler crabs, that'll be about the time that Cal's going to be walking up.
Hey guys, how are they biting?
Well, we're about to find out, actually. We just threw our lines in, but you boys just caught some, so I hope we're out here.
Cool. Well, I'll fill them in on the status of the other team that's on the way back with Breacher 1, and that we were not able to bring the vehicles back, and that we have started fortifications at the house. The front entrance is no longer useful. The one downstairs facing towards the beach is the one you should go through, but you got to beware of our tripwires that we've made out of twine. So, yeah. Just giving you guys a little heads up there.
Well, that all sounds good. I'm glad we got Breacher 1 back.
I'm going to head back up to the house. You guys keep fishing. We're having dinner around sundown, so, make sure you're ready.
Try to catch as many as we can, so we have a good dinner.
Appreciate that.
While he's saying that, I'll give him shifty eyes. I'll throw the net back out after pulling in the 2 fish.
Alright, and you guys spend about how much more time you want to fish?
I mean, I'll fish as long as possible.
Let's fish for another, 5-6 hours. I'd make a great mullet jerky.
6 survival checks. If it's higher than a 10, you have a 50% chance of catching 1 fish. If it's higher than or 20, you have a higher 50% chance of catching 2 fish. And then afterwards, roll percentage die on all 6 of them. Above 50, you get to keep those fish. Below 50, you lose those fish.
I got 3 fish.
I have 4 fish. That does not include the 2.
So you have 6 total.
Yeah, Cecil got 2.
Also
Cecil
on
got
my
2?
last roll, I rolled a natural 1.
Fish broke your line, ran off with your hook. But you guys will spend the next 5 or 6 hours doing that. Back at the house, a Breacher 1, Gary and Joanna can rejoin you all. They've made it back to the house, and if you guys want to show them the way to the back door, Cal can also re-arrive probably a few minutes after that, like 5 or so minutes after you guys all arrive. Cal will be there. Rejoin the house, avoid the traps. Seat at the front staircase is now impassable, at least without climbing over a bunch of furniture or moving said furniture. You can see all the twine. It's visible in the daylight. At night, you might run into it, but during the daytime, you guys can see it and step over it. You can rejoin everyone in the house that is not fishing.
Try growing stuff on the front yard, but we can't plant anything in the ground because it's going to be covered in basically salt water.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do large pots and like a tomato plant in a pot, or they'll do raised beds.
That sounds good. We've got a pretty fortified place to stay. We can start working on, our future plans. It'd be ideal if we could keep all of our planted items up on the porch where it's, safe and we don't have to go down below our defenses. Let's go looking for some pots.
Yeah, go find some pots on the island.
We gotta walk over to Henry Pike's house. We can see if there's any houses that look vacant. They might have some dead foliage on their front porch, and we can steal some pots.
Yeah.
You guys already know to look for houses with red marks on the doors to signify that those people have been at town meetings.
Yeah, I mean, I'll even walk around and go visit like the neighboring houses and see if anybody's got like those stupid hibiscuses and stuff on their porch or whatever. People always have plants.
Yes.
Sago palms.
In your immediate vicinity, without going too far or bothering neighbors that actually might live in these houses, you guys can get 2 large pots that already have plants in them and dump the old plants out if you want.
I mean, if they're not edible, then they're not really useful at this point.
So
We're gonna keep all the soil and stuff.
Drag back to your balcony.
Knock all the dirt and soil off of the roots of the plants and just throw the plants to the wayside and keep all of the soil and stuff that's...
That's fine. It'll be about a third full. You'll still have to add some more soil to it.
Well, since we don't have a whole lot of dirt, we could plant a potato, because really you just cut those and then shove the piece of the potato in the ground.
I have a comment about the potatoes.
Yes.
If we're talking about the general stock of potatoes, unless someone shoves some in their bag, we gave everything that could rot to the grocery store.
Okay.
So they're gonna have all of our potatoes
and applesauce has all the seeds.
Rings and
he's out fishing right now.
Well, we can walk down and go get some seeds from applesauce. Now that we actually have pots and dirt.
It's about an hour and a half or so into their fishing session. You guys want to go bother applesauce for some seeds?
Yes. Hey, we want to plant stuff. Can we have some seeds?
What kind of seeds do you want?
Well, we are gonna obviously plant something in a pot. Probably not corn.
All I have that you can grow in a pot is butter beans.
Oh, those are fine. They're lots of vitamins, easy to grow.
I'll give 5 of my packets of seeds of butter beans to Genevieve.
Awesome. Thanks. I'll go plant these.
Later,
Well, eventually we'll put a stake on them.
Now you just put in the dirt?
Yeah, get them in the dirt. That's fine.
Alright, and you add some soil from your bags of soil that you had?
Yeah. Guys, I think I'm going to go a little early to the party and just talk to the town council and schmooze up the people in town.
Hey, Flarge, you should take some of these flowers with you that we just ripped up and threw to the side. You should pick some of the nicer flowers off and take a bouquet.
It's a good idea. Well,
are you just going to leave? Are you trying to stealth away so that we don't see you, or are you going to let us know?
I'm going to go and try to talk to some of the more prominent townspeople.
Okay, so how are you going to do that? Are you just going to walk out of the house and not tell us anything?
That's what I'm letting you guys know.
Okay. I will tell you, fuck no, you will not go there by yourself. First of all, we need to come with presents, and second of all, you need a walkie-talkie and or someone else to go with you.
What if they try to eat you?
No one should ever go anywhere by themselves. That's Zombie Survival Guide 101. Why don't we all just go together? You don't know where you're going. I'm the one who knows the area.
We could go early with the angle of, we caught some fish. We maybe wanted to help you cook them up before the rest of everyone gets here.
Just so
hey, we caught this fish. We thought we'd bring it over here and clean it, and so we can fry it up for when everyone else arrives. Just wanted to be neighborly, say hi. We also have bottles.
I was just saying, someone should not go by themselves and without a form of communication. That was the only qualm I had with plan. Otherwise, I'm on board.
If we can take 2 people with a walkie-talkie and a fish and flowers. That sounds good.
Can you guys clean the fish here?
There we go, Cecil.
And leave its guts and stuff, because it's good for fertilizer?
Is it just Cal and Flarge going, and someone? I'm going to ask Genevieve for the walkie-talkie if she's not coming with.
Yeah, I don't need to go. Here's the walkie-talkie. Can you just quickly gut that fish and leave its guts because it's good for fertilizer? And then I'll hold down the fort and tell the fishing group what's happening.
And also, I'll let everyone know that it's kind of rude just to take fish over to someone's house and clean them, because then they have to deal with all that mess. So we should clean those fish first and then head over.
Okay.
I said, yes, do that.
All right, so
fertilizer.
Cal and Large, you guys are going an hour or so earlier, so you can have most of those fish by then. You can decide how many fish you want to give these guys to take with them.
I said we keep half of them for us, guys, and bring the rest to the party.
I'll recommend that as well, because I can cure half the fish.
I can give 1.
I'll give 2.
Well, just a quick question for y'all. What are we going to do with the fish if we don't bring them? Because we don't have anywhere to refrigerate them.
We're gonna cook them immediately.
Oh, okay. I mean, even if we don't bring them to the party?
Back to the house, like, I don't know if we have like a gas range, because I know there's no electricity, but I'm sure we can figure out a way to make a fire of some sort. No,
Yeah, I gave him 2 of the 4 that I caught.
Yeah.
I'll give them all three of the ones I caught.
So you got 6 fish, Cal,
All
and
right.
Flarge. You guys take them back to the beach house and clean them there?
I'll roll survival to clean them. I got a 20, but not natural on survival, just to get some fish. I did grow up on, the islands. I know how to clean the fish.
I got 18, so.
Yeah, you both did pretty good. You'll notice that possibly Cal did a little better than you at cleaning the fish.
Sounds good. All right, so it's just going to be Cal and Flarge going over early to the party and letting them know that we're going to be rolling deep, basically.
Probably 20-30 minute walk to get there. Big chunks of venison on the grill. Smell of meat as you guys approach. There are 4 older gentlemen, slightly older than you guys, maybe by 10 or 20 years or so, all kind of hanging out around the grill, drinking what is probably very old, stale beer.
I guess I'll approach and introduce myself. I guess I should probably roll for that. Diplo was a natural 1.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna roll as well. I'm gonna help them. I got 25 on it.
Alright, so as you guys walk up, out of these 4 guys, there's a taller, short-haired gentleman wearing glasses. Not fat, but a little pudgy. There's a fatter guy that's shorter, balding. There's a really skinny, wiry-looking guy with glasses and a hat. And another skinny guy, more clean-cut, jeans. All of them seem well-armed for a barbecue. One of them, the stringy-looking one, is heavily armed. More heavily armed than even Breacher 1. He's got, like, automatic rifles. He's got war weapons. And he pulls it out as soon as you guys walk up. And because of the natural 1, it is going to fire on you there.
Whoa!
What?
Cal,
Shot me.
I got a 14 versus your touch.
That's going to be a hit.
You're going to take 5 damage. This bullet tears through your stomach.
What?
You got shot in the stomach just now, Cal.
What the fuck?
And immediately, the skinny guy is going to, like, exclaim, "Oh shit!" The more clean-cut, taller guy is gonna say, "Damn it, George!" Snatch his rifle away from him and like run over, apologizing.
Sorry, you're shot in the stomach.
Yeah.
So
You seem friendly. That's why they didn't keep shooting as you guys approached. They just shot Cal because he startled him with his weird haircut.
can I use my diplomacy to yell at them and get some help?
Yeah, of course. They seem to be coming over to help you anyway, but you can ask for more with the diplomacy if you like.
Alright, I got 20. No, not natural.
Henry's gonna call for his wife Kelly. She's gonna come out with a first aid kit, bandage up what she can. I'll roll a heal check for her. Real bad though. She doesn't seem to know what she's doing at all.
Okay, so she's not a doctor.
I can roll a heal.
She's got a kit, so if you want to try to bandage yourself, you can roll a heal kit on yourself. Just snatch the stuff away from her and try to bandage your own wounds.
Only a 12, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're wrapping yourself in gauze, but it's still bleeding pretty profusely. You did just get shot with an automatic weapon.
Holy
Or
crap.
semi-automatic weapon. Luckily, it went clean through your stomach, in one side out the other.
I'll ask them throw a poker in that fire and let's cauterize these wounds.
Alright, so you take 1 bleed damage during this turn. That's the best idea we've got.
I'm tired of bleeding. Burn me, bitches.
They'll go heat up something on the grill where the venison's cooking. You're gonna seal up your 2 wounds. You're gonna take 9 burn damage from that.
Alright. I'm pretty darn injured here, guys.
We'll say that stops the bleeding, though.
I'll say, thanks, guys. Sorry to startle you. We just decided to come over a little bit early to bring some fish and maybe get a fish fry going on with this here fine venison barbecue dinner. But
I'm sorry, man. George's a goddamn idiot.
yeah, I'll whip out one of my bottles of whiskey and be like, we should start passing this bad boy around. And we've got a group of another 7 or so of us heading over in the next hour or so. So we just want to make sure
Yep.
we're up enough to take.
Okay, They all greet you friendly with a yeah and an and they'll pass around whiskey with you while the meat's cooking. They won't say much, but they'll poke at the meat occasionally and grunt at each other and grunt at you guys. You're shot and pretty weak at this point, so you probably want to pull up a chair. They have some yard furniture you can sit in, so you can sit there and be all bandaged up and bleedy while they cook and make very little small talk. Lucy's come and gone. She's gone back inside now. You'll notice the meat smells great. They've got a nice grill set up.
I'll try to talk to Henry and be like, your boy Billiam invited us over at your request, apparently.
Oh, Billy,
We were
that
just,
kid. Well, I always like to meet the new folks in town. It's curious. You guys brought supplies.
Yeah, we were looking for sanctuary.
Is Mr. Pike in charge?
Who are you asking? You can roll a sense motive just to know if, like, from the group, if they seem to look
Group
up to him. Yeah,
dynamics.
group dynamic kind of a thing if you want.
Alright, I'll roll a motive and see if he's in charge. I got 6.
It's hard to tell. They all seem to be, like, alpha type of men. They all seem well armed. The fatter guy seems to be ex-army, seems to be dressed in, like, a white tank top, but he's wearing army pants. He's balding, but he looks like he's probably for military, and he's well armed although not as dangerously armed as the wiry guy was, who also, like I said, plenty of weapons. Seems like the least formidable of the group, but the most heavily armed. And the other skinny guy seems to have the demeanor of a cop, much like Reacher 1, but not in full cop gear.
Talk to Father Pike about what the dynamics of this party is. I got an unnatural 20.
You'll find out that Henry and his wife Kelly and his son Billy lived here a long time on Edisto, along with their 3 neighbors who you're currently meeting. There's William Dufresne, who's his right next door neighbor, the more rotund, balding gentleman. The skinnier guy will be introduced as George Shackelford. He lives across the street with his wife. The son's name is Joe. Wife's name is Madeline. Or Maddie. And then the last guy doesn't say much, and when he does talk, he's kind of hard to understand. He mumbles a lot, but you get that his name is Jeff. He seems to be heavily armed, but mostly with concealed weapons. You can see he's got, like, a weapon on his hip. You can see he's got an ankle holster if you hang out with him long enough. So he seems armed, but without the need, like the other guy, to have a bunch of weapons, to look threatening. He seems he can take care of himself with very little. Just Jeff. No last name, nothing. Everyone just calls him Jeff.
Can I roll a survival and inspect the meat and make sure that it is actually venison, or see if I recognize the smell?
Sure, that's fine.
Actually, maybe knowledge nature instead. That is a 20, but not natural.
Looks like deer meat to you from here. Pretty hard to mistake a cut of deer, yeah.
I'm gonna sit there and not bleed.
Yeah, you guys can just hang out for the next hour, making friends, until the rest of your party, I assume, arrives.
Yeah, we'll just come like normal, because nobody told us.
I'll give you guys a quick little bleep loop and be like, hey, just so you guys know, make sure that they know that you are approaching, because I was accidentally shot by one of their people. I'm okay.
Holy shit.
Dinner's almost ready. Don't be mad. They seem welcoming, besides the shooting part.
Okay.
Over.
When you guys arrive, you'll see that a couple of your allies are already there. They're drinking what appear to be cold beers.
What? Cold?
Cold, yeah, with dew dripping off of them and everything as meat is cooking on these very large grills. Be a nice fenced-in yard off the beach near the golf course. It seems like a group of houses where a bunch of the neighbors seem to conglomerate. A bunch of the townsfolk are here, including some of the folks you saw come into town. Town leaders, town elders, town council members. So a bunch of people from the neighborhood are here. There does seem to be warm food and cold beer. Your fish have also been added to one of the grills on the side. You guys can also enjoy some fish, grilled fish. So they threw that on last, but there's fish and venison to eat, cold beers, and warm whiskey to drink. By the time you guys have arrived, Henry will have approached Cal and Flarge about going on a supply run with your group. They obviously have weapons and are able-bodied, and until now didn't have a big enough vehicle to come back with supplies in, but you guys have that big U-Haul and another car. They want to assist you in your next supply run.
We're always looking for people to help us to go on supply runs. I'm going to need a little time to rest up, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Well, they'd be happy to take your place also while you rest up. They could, stand in for you since you're injured.
What do you guys have in mind as far as supply runs go? Do you have access to a boat? Perhaps we could not use the roadways, which have already been pilfered pretty heavily. Maybe we can hit the marina and hit the intercoastal.
Yeah, this guy's got a bunch of ideas. Yeah, we can go try to find a boat. We were just more worried about bringing back supplies for the town, maybe getting some more batteries or gas, maybe some more hardware, supplies.
I'm going to just throw in that I am going to try to infiltrate the Edisto Society politically. Based on what they have right now, town elders.
Alright, so you want to go hang out with some go find some old people and just hang out and schmooze.
Oh, I got a 14.
Obviously, they're friendly to you, but it seems to be very plastic kind of friendly, very put on. They're political friendly. They'll shake your hand and say hello, and they'll thank you for bringing supplies, but they don't seem to want to engage in any sort of serious conversation at this barbecue. They just want to engage in small talk, really. That's all you're going to get out of them here, it seems like.
Can I roll a perception to see if I notice Flarge schmoozing the old folks?
Here we go.
I'm going to try to give him an in.
Either perception or sense motive, any of those things would pick him up.
A 21 on perception to see if him schmoozing.
You'll see Flarge working the crowd, yeah.
Alright, well, I'll talk to Henry and be like, if we can pull off a successful, supply run, maybe we can look into getting us a little bit more prominent in the community and have, one of the people from our group as a representative to help make things go more smoothly around here.
Yeah.
I volunteer.
Henry will say he has some sway with the council. Formerly worked in electrics and gas, but he wires up a lot of the houses to run on battery, so that's why his freezer works. And his neighbor, George, has got solar panels, so they can charge some batteries there. So they kind of have that kind of on a hold here in the town. So they have some power through their battery and solar-powered hookup. So they have some sway with the council already, and they're older gentlemen. So they're not on the council, but they're well connected. They're all
I'll
locals.
call George over and get him to be a part of this conversation and be like, I don't know, it'd be great if we had some. What didn't you guys mention that there were some batteries at a place that you saw before? Maybe we could, use those and charge them up with solar panels.
I mean, if you guys want a working fridge in your house, we can hook it up for you. I have the ability to do that if we have batteries and other supplies. We can go to the hardware store and get some batteries. I can hook you guys up with a working freezer, working fans, working lights if you want.
Work on our house, the Turtle Patrol, where we're staying. We get a little bit of power, that'd be swell, or some way to keep food for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
But I guess we got to start planning our next supply mission.
They would like to pull one off before the next town meeting, and town meetings are every Thursday. If they can get it done before the town meeting, they'll have more sway at the next town meeting. If you guys would like to put something together the next day or two before the next meeting, that's what they're looking for.
So is it Tuesday today?
It's Tuesday today.
Does anyone have access to a boat?
They don't personally have an access to boat, but I mean, there are boats around in the world.
Try to get together maybe tomorrow once I've taken a little rest and go check out the marinas and see if there's any boats to be had.
There's no boats left on the island anymore, but we can
walk around. I won't be at 100%. That's for damn sure.
You guys have a car, so if you guys don't mind, we can go driving looking for any boats still in the area.
Use water vehicles.
We've got some golf carts and bicycles, but all of our other road vehicles have been decommissioned.
It'd be really helpful if we could borrow one of your golf carts to some reconnaissance and try to find us a conveyance to get us off the island that doesn't involve a car.
Yeah, we've already searched the whole island for boats, and all the ones here are ruined or gone.
Oh.
So we're going to have to go off the island looking for boats.
Damn.
Okay.
Might be some up the road, someone's got in their yard or something.
Well, if you guys want to start spitballing ideas, I'm talking to the group and Henry and Jeff and all of them. We should maybe hop on the U-Haul and take as many people as possible to do, try to find whatever we need.
A U-Haul and a golf cart on the back.
If we're taking the U-Haul, we can just unhook the battery from the Mazda and hook up a dead one, and the alternator will charge it. Just gotta leave it running for like half a day.
That sounds like a lot of gas.
You have been informed that one of the neighbors here has solar panels and can charge batteries at their house. They might want something in trade for charging your batteries. But
I mean, let's charge that one battery that Applesauce has at least.
Well, it's
Not
at
a car
that
battery.
house too.
it's
Gotta figure out what they want.
I mean, does us going on a supply run for the whole town count as a trade, or do they want like personal trade, like person to?
I think the general vibe when you go on supply runs is that whenever you go on supply run, you kind of fill your own pockets with whatever you want to keep. So that's kind of your pay for going. You give the rest of the town.
So as a group, or if we're letting these other guys come to U-Haul with us, does that mean we're cool with them knowing that we kept all that stuff? Stealthy head nod.
The runs, you line your own pockets, so that's what we did.
Yeah, we gave them the good stuff.
We can also just ditch it in the woods.
We're in our house.
We'll hide it somewhere before they join us.
Or we can
Correct.
tell them we don't need them to come with us. We can just go by ourselves. We're pretty good at it at this point.
Fuck those guys.
If we treat it like we did something wrong, then they'll perceive it as we did something wrong. Yeah, it's fine. We kept some stuff. So what? We're gonna go get more.
Do you guys want to maybe talk about this later at home? I think we should still incorporate our new friends Henry, George, Jeff, and someone else.
William.
But yeah, you guys can stay the whole night, have 3 to 6 drinks, judging on how many drinks you think your character would drink, and then if that number is higher than your Constitution modifier, you're drunk.
I probably have one.
Due to my monk training, I'm going to refrain from the alcohol.
Will you still enjoy the venison and the fish, I assume? And/or?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Are we still going to
Everybody
get
eats.
a golf cart? 13 Diplo.
Golf carts aren't that easy to come by, and they seem to be using them to get around, so...
I was going to say, it's going to be really tough for me to get home after getting shot. It's going to be it's a long walk. Like a way to get home without, walking all the way.
I mean, you can diplomacy, maybe they'll give you a ride home, but they're not going to give you the golf cart.
Okay, well, I got that 13. I'll take a ride home, whatever.
Yeah, they'll drop you off. They can carry at least one other passenger someone else wants to ride with.
For the golf cart myself?
No, they seem pretty insistent on driving their own golf carts.
Trying to get these people up off of that golf cart.
It's a status symbol around here.
Whatever. I need someone to go with me.
I would say, I'll go. My armor is pretty heavy. I don't want to walk all the way back. Also, I drank 6 beers.
So you guys will beat everyone. Yeah, you guys will beat everyone else back to the pad because you had the ride. Everyone else is walking. So they'll be 15, 20 minutes behind you guys. So you guys will arrive first, sneak around the canned trip lines. The 2 of you are home, and the golf cart goes back to the direction past the group, waves at you guys, and looks forward to seeing you again for your supply run.
Have a good night, y'all.
Yeah, very friendly.
Does the house look okay? Nothing happened to it?
House looks fine and unbothered.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys don't really have anything inside. Everything you guys own and you're carrying on your person, so
Yeah.
nothing. I don't think there's anything to steal in the house except for shitty furniture and shitty paintings, which everyone in town has plenty of already.
It's the beach.
It's
Everybody's
the
got
beach.
shitty paintings.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys can all get back to the house after a period of time and be together until morning.
Okay, yeah, let's turn our walkie-talkies off if everybody's back in the house. Like, everyone's back together.
In this house, there are 3 beds, 1 couch, 1 love seat, lots of floor and balcony space. So after the party, if you guys just want to pass out in various positions around the house, if you guys want to stay in one house, if that's the plan, that's
I think
possible.
it'd be smarter to stay in one house, but that's just me.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll be staying here.
That means there's animals here now too, which Cal may not be totally down for, but there's a dog, a cat, and a turtle if everybody stays here.
Yay!
And like 10 people in the small house, so it's definitely like a beach
said it's
rental
a big
now.
house.
Well, it's a big house, but not big for 10 people.
Like slightly variant, other than like the accidental shooting incident, which seems to have been kind of cleared up. Do we feel threatened by this island? It didn't really seem that anyone was worried so much about zombies around.
Since motive.
Yeah.
Do that. 10. I don't have a strong feeling either way.
I rolled a natural 20.
Ooh! He knows everything.
16.
Sounds like Joanna got a pretty good feeling, but Applesauce felt like you met Henry, Willem, George, and Jeff seemed like guys you would hang out with and know. They seem like just also good old boys. Edisto, born and bred. They're from the surrounding area. They're hunters. They have weapons. They were cooking. They just seem like guys you would hang out with. So you have a very good feeling about this town and everyone here. You feel like everything's fine, Applesauce. You love these people.
But like in the conversation, the people like didn't seem to talk about zombies or attacks or fortificate.
No, it's pretty quiet out here on the island. So as long as they don't make a big fuss, they don't have much to worry about. I think if you guys were at the party long enough and you asked around about zombies, you might know they have what are called flop houses, which are kind of houses where they leave dead zombie bodies because burning them draws attention. They were putting them in the Wanalaw, but that was just causing the river to back up and flood.
Gross.
So now they just have certain houses where there are just piles of dead bodies in them.
I might suggest, since our houses are basically across the street from each other, correct? Like right nearby?
Yeah. There's one on the front beach and then there's one a street back from the beach.
Yeah.
5 minutes max to walk. That's if you're dragging shit.
What exactly is the need for 10 of us to be in a 3-bedroom house if there's not really any perceived immediate threat and we have the ability to stay in contact with each other?
Reserve battery?
True. Just a thought. But also, I mean, I'm fine with whatever the group decides as a whole, but if we're able to stay closely talking to each other and we're close by and be able to even like kind of divide up our resources in case something bad were to happen to one house.
We always have the other house for backup.
That's what I'm more worried about. If something bad does happen, then we'd be split up.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I'm asleep. I probably would have gone home because of my injuries.
You're pretty beat up.
And so I couldn't offer you all the wonderful zombie survival guide things that I told you earlier. I couldn't reiterate those.
Yeah, I mean, Cal's book did say that we should stay together. We're in a fortified thing.
I would like to volunteer to take just a perimeter
Sweet
guard. Yeah, just one house around, nothing too far.
Well, if you want to do that, I'll stand on the porch just in case something happens.
Yeah.
So you got at least 2 people guarding your house while the other 8 of you can rest.
Fine, I'll go to bed.
It's nighttime. You should sleep so you don't go crazy at least. Everybody can rest. You've got a full belly. Everyone ate food today and it was, cooked food, not just rations from, not just snack food. You actually had a decent meal. You met a bunch of people. You're in a friendly new neighborhood. Wake up the next day.
I'm still missing some hit points, but I'm close to full.
And if you had any minus cons from fortitude saves, you can have one of those back currently. And you guys are far enough out right now and not near any zombies, so no one has to roll any fortitude saves for just being alive. That's lucky.
We'll open up some windows and sliding glass doors on the back porch that's facing beachfront to kind of continue to
air out the stinky dead people smell.
Yeah, I don't want the house to smell like dead people if we're staying here.
And duty-full toilets.
Yeah, we should do something about that.
But you haven't yet.
You guys want to take some time to beautify and severely fortify this place, or while some of us go out and start doing some recon up on the island, or start setting up our next trip with hopefully Henry and crew,
or figure out when the tide is going out and poop in the ocean.
We have to do something by Thursday, and now it's Wednesday, so we need to do something soon.
So maybe we should actually be going on the run today, not tomorrow, since the council meets tomorrow. Yeah, missing a meeting doesn't sound like a thing that we're supposed to do.
Most people want to go on the run, I assume. Who wants to stay behind?
I'll stay behind. I'll stay behind. I've got a couple of things I want to do.
And you know what? I'm not going to lie. As much as I would like for Cal to go to help facilitate things, moderately injured, I don't think I would be the ideal person to bring with you.
Might be unwise currently until you're fully healed.
I'm only 4 hit points, but technically I was shot in the stomach last night, so I should probably...
You're feeling rough no matter what.
unless you guys, I think I would be more of a liability, like you guys having to protect me. I'll hold on to one of the walkie-talkies at home just to make sure that things are safe in the homestead, and you guys take one with you. Basically, yeah, you guys got to go to Henry's house and then take golf carts out to the blockade.
Yeah, but eventually the goal is that we're going on a supply run to that same grocery store because we know that it's got a lot of stuff and we know where it is.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we know what's there. We know where it is in the store even because we've been there before.
All right, so 7 of you leave the house. Well,
do you want to do a roll
Carlton, Cecil,
call?
and Breacher 1 stay behind.
Yeah, Cal, Cecil, Breacher 1 are staying at the house.
Everyone else is going back to Henry's house.
Are the animals staying, or are the animals going to come with us?
God let the animals stay.
Is anyone at the house willing to watch after them?
Yes, I love animals.
There you go. Cecil will do it.
All right, Cecil, Marla, Cecil, Myrtle, Cecil. I think the cat's name is Penelope, Cecil. Y'all are introduced, your friends?
Yep. I petted the turtles, I petted the cat, I petted the... It's all good.
Roll me a handle animal Cecil to see how well you're taking care of the animals goes while everyone's gone.
Like, I'm going to pet whatever this thing is.
19.
The animals seem to like you fine, so it seems like that'll go pretty well. You'll have no problem taking care of the animals.
Oh, yeah.
Well, 7 of you head down back to Henry's house. You know where it's at. You were there for a barbecue. So you go to Henry Pike's house.
Out just so we don't get shot again before we get there and give them a heads up.
That's very wise. You will picked up on some of the social etiquette is to always definitely, before you're within 6 foot of a person, identify yourself and your intentions.
Hi, we're not zombies, so...
It's daytime now. Henry and his neighbors are all outside fiddling with some electronic stuff in his garage. Well, they'll leave that and come over to you guys. They seem ready to go. They've got their weapons and stuff.
Alright, let's bounce, y'all.
They will give you guys access to ride in the back of their golf carts to the blockade. Billy and Joe will ride their bikes behind and drive the golf carts back once you guys reach the blockade with their bikes in the back of the golf cart. But you guys will be able to reach the blockade no trouble and in a hurry on the back of the golf carts. One of the golf carts will drag like a wagon behind it, so it'll go kind of slow, but you're all able to make it out there at the blockade.
Like, obviously, Gary's gonna drive car, but the U-Haul, I'm a pretty careful driver. Skillful and careful driver. If no one else is interested in driving the U-Haul, I could do it. Shipped a lot of artwork in my day, driven trucks like this, so...
I mean, no offense to you, Genevieve. I respect you, and I kind of think I'm the better driver.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's 2 vehicles, so I figured you would drive one thing, respectively, and the other person, respectively, would need to drive the other car, right?
Alright, boom, boom. Let's do that.
Who wants to ride in Gary's car? He's got room for at least 4 more if you guys want to squeeze in there. 5 if someone wants to get in the trunk.
Shotgun.
I'll hop in that car, why not? Switch it up.
You guys can pile into the trucks. Everyone else will get in the back. George is going to try to ride in the car, while Willem, Henry, and Jeff will all ride in the back of the U-Haul with everyone else in the back of the U-Haul. And one of you can ride up front of the U-Haul if you want. If no one from this group does, Henry will.
I'll ride up front.
Okay, good. I was worried I was going to be driving around with a stranger, and I'm not good at small talk, so this is good.
Yeah. You just ride around with Flarge and not make small talk.
Okay, good. Mazda goes first, U-Haul follows behind.
You guys make it pretty far up the road before you encounter what looks like a horde of zombies feeding on a dead deer in the middle of the road. Perception.
9.
I had 11.
I got a natural 20.
But no one driving got that high, so...
I'm in Gary's car so I can see out the front window, right?
Yeah, you can get his attention, I guess. He'll be in the front of the caravan, so if you want to get Gary's attention to what you see up in the road ahead, first you see vultures overhead as you guys are coming down the road. It's early morning, so first you see the vultures, and then you get closer, you see it looks like a dead deer in the road, and maybe a zombie or 2 arching over it. But then, Joanna, you see out in the field that there's like 90 zombies coming toward it.
Whoa.
They see the vultures, they see those other zombies snacking. So there's a large herd of zombies coming to feast on that same deer in the middle of the road. And it's going to cross your path and be in the middle of the road before you guys get there. It's like a horde of locals. 90.
That's so many.
So the U-Haul doesn't know that this 90 is coming. I got a 9.
Oh, I got a 9 too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we would see the Mazda slowing down, but not know why.
Yeah, you don't see the zombies or anything. Yeah, you just see the car possibly slowing down if that's what Gary does.
I'm going to talk to Applesauce and be like, hey, Applesauce, using your balance, can you please open up the window, put like half your body out, and proceed to wave at the U-Haul to tell them to slow down?
For sure, I do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys can see Applesauce hang out the window, even with the passive 10, so...
I'm going to slow down and get side to side with the U-Haul, with Applesauce's side, passenger side facing their driver's side, with the window rolled down and kind of motion for them to roll their window down.
I do that, exactly.
And proceed to inform them of the amount of zombies in the road. road and see if there's maybe an alternative route we can take, or if we just want to risk just a base of driving through this horde, or just running fuckers over.
I think that the U-Haul would probably have a better chance of running fuckers over than your Mazda would. I'd be worried about us getting overrun. 90's a whole lot.
90 is a shit ton.
That's so many.
Or we could possibly contact Cal.
I mean, I'm in shotgun. It's easier for me to do it. I'll go and let the U-Haul locals know the deal.
Yeah, they know the deal, and unfortunately, they don't know any other roads off the island. This is the one road that kind of goes on and off of Edisto. You guys haven't gone far enough for any side roads yet. At least that'll get you off the island. There's some roads that'll get you deeper into the island, or to one side of the island, or currently you guys aren't far enough up the road to have any alternate routes.
We do something to attract them out of the road? I mean, starting a fire might be dangerous because...
Assuming that we're still side by side, stopped in the middle of the road, who has the walkie-talkie on them right now?
Joe.
Yeah, I can pass it up to you.
Could I get that for me, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it appears like most of the 90 zombies are pretty interested in the meat in the middle of the road right now.
With the walkie-talkie, I'm going to do that bloop bloop to Cal, who I believe is in possession of the other walkie-talkie, and see if he can proceed to pick that up.
Natural 20.
Yeah, you can hear the bleed-oop.
And I'm going to explain the situation that we are on a 2-lane road trying to get into town to go, or not into town, off the island to get to the grocery store. However, there is a massive horde of zombies heading our way. Does your hand guide have any advice for us?
Page 138 of the Zombie Survival Guide offers strategies, and this strategy is called Lure and Destroy.
I'm going to run that and
Calm down. Use one or more vehicles, large pickup trucks or SUVs, to enter an infested area. Once inside, make as much noise as possible to draw the undead to you. Slowly, match the speed of the birds. At the Pied Piper, you acquire a tail of zombies, a grisly parade slouching after you. At this point, sharpshooters posted in the back of the vehicles can proceed to take them down. The pursuing ghouls will not realize what is happening, as their primitive brains will not notice that their comrades are falling all around them. Continue to lead them from the area, thinning their ranks until none are left. So if you guys got a lot of people coming at you from a dead deer in the road, I would say make a funnel using your 2 vehicles to make a bottleneck and start taking them off one at a time. Or run away.
Or I could, lead them away.
Or you can not listen to anything I just said. Yeah.
Alright, so after having that talk with Cal, I'm gonna go, well, I don't know if many of us have any long-ranged weapons on us at the time being. I know I don't. Maybe we should use a piece of that advice and at least create noise to kind of diverge the horde from the path, be able to get around them, so we can move faster than them. Even if they were to follow us, it's not like they would catch up immediately.
I'll pop back in real quick, bleep bloop. Another option, according to the Zombie Survival Guide, is the barricade method. It works similar to the Lure and Destroy, which I just told you about. Only instead of beating the undead for miles, you will bait and draw them to a fixed position. This position could be constructed of debris or vehicles. In a fixed position, your team will stand its ground, killing the zombies before they can overrun the barricade. So all you gotta do, they're not gonna be able to climb over a barricade, but you do you. That's Cal out. Good luck.
So what's around us? Are there any houses with fenced-in yards or anything nearby?
It's mostly woods and fields, but there is a small trailer on the left-hand side of the road.
But it's just a trailer. It's not like a driveway with a ditch around it or fence. Nothing. Just a...
No fence. There is a ditch.
So we could drive the cars over the driveway and lure the zombies, and they'll fall in. How deep is the ditch?
Not very deep. It's just a ditch for
water. But enough to trip them up and slow them down.
Possibly. It's a drainage ditch, not like a trench or anything.
Okay. Because I think if we try to shoot them all, that's at the very least going to be 90 bullets, which is so much ammo.
Henry has a hunting rifle and a crossbow. Willem has what appears to be an army-issue revolver. George has way more guns and knives and ammo than it looks like he probably needs. And Jeff just has, if you guys have been around long enough, he's got his ankle-hidden pistol, and he's got 2 6-shooters on his hip as well.
I'm going to say to the group that I think the best idea would be to create a distraction at some point, at some sort, to a different part of where we're necessarily trying to go, so we can just maneuver around them and maybe worry about whether or not they'll still be there on our way back onto the island. Create a loud noise or some kind of, even like a flaming arrow.
I have an idea. Applesauce, don't you have a whole bunch of firecrackers?
If firecrackers are a thing, maybe we should try to create some kind of noise diversion. See if they take to it before we start up the vehicles and start moving again. And if they kind of get out of the way of the road, then we just blow and just fucking run it to get past them.
You could take a 2-man team into the woods to a adjacent direction and light a firecracker and try to get back without being noticed.
This whole time I was digging through my bag and I found a Molotov cocktail that we had from the liquor store. That's an option, right?
Yes.
Yep. So do we want to set a tree on fire?
It was at the very bottom of my bag.
Dude, you want to lob that Molotov cocktail into the fucking nearby woods and see if it takes?
I will let you guys know that my athletic skills are not necessarily directed at throwing things. I'm more of a close-up strength person, so I would ask if anyone else is better at
maybe we should turn the Molotov cocktail into a flaming arrow, because I think an arrow would probably shoot farther.
I don't think an arrow can support the weight of a Molotov cocktail.
No, the rag from the thing, tie it onto make a Molotov arrow.
I could do a flaming arrow, and I also have firecrackers in my bag.
Let's just do the flaming arrow, and let's just create a distraction off to the side.
You guys shoot a flaming arrow into the woods or at a trailer? Or into a field?
How close are we to the trailer?
I mean,
Is it ahead and to the right?
It's ahead and to the left, but they're all, everything's sort of just off the side of the road to you guys. There's either go back the road, go forward the road, or either woods or trailer or field on either side of the road. Zombies ahead of you, eating a deer.
Applesauce, before we try this, and I'm open to suggestions, but would you be willing to just draw an arrow and, for the sake of losing the arrow, aim for the trailer to see if you can hit the side of the trailer to make some kind of resounding bang to possibly just pick up the attention of the horde? Maybe they'll investigate or something like that.
Sure, Bo. Of course. I'm going to use precise shot for this, which I rolled a 16. I'll look at Gary and be like, I can hit the broadside barn.
It hits, it makes a noise, but not a noise that's any louder than your vehicle's running or anything like that, which didn't seem to affect the zombies this far away. You can even go up the road and get it back if you want.
Can I ask Applesauce for all of his firecrackers? And I'm going to need you to take the wheel of the car, the Mazda, while I get outside and do something real quick. So I have an idea. Have any of y'all seen the movie Home Alone? I have a cooking kit, and I have a pot.
Okay.
Alistair tricked Joe Pesci and that Harry dude into thinking that a gun was being set off inside of his house by throwing a fucking thing of firecrackers into a pot. I light them, get back in the car, wondering if it would create a loud enough, strong enough noise to divert the zombies' attention, break them up, so we could find a way through them.
Yeah, I think they're just going to come right at us, right?
We're in cars, we can maneuver through them and find breaks and formations.
Gary, I'm gonna see you motherfucker. I could probably sneak by, put it a little bit far away from the road, set it in the same way.
Yeah, maybe if we get them off of the road rather than all 90 on the road, if we can get a whole bunch of them off over to the field, even if there are some left on the road, that'd be easier to drive.
I think the problem with that is then someone has to light firecrackers far away from the vehicles and then try to get back in the vehicles in time.
Who thinks they can run really quickly?
I could.
I probably have the highest sneak. Probably can get there. I'm trying to think of the best way without fucking killing anybody.
I think the only way this works is if you go as far as you can, light them, and then start running back to the car, and we'll just drive slowly at first until you catch up and hop in, and then as the zombies move over to the field and off of the road, we start rolling through, maybe duck down a whole bunch with the windows all up and stuff so we can pretend like we're not cars full of humans.
At the very least, I can jump in the back of the U-Haul because it's open, right?
I say let's try it and see what happens. The worst is we're just gonna have to roll for it.
Just reverse away if it doesn't work.
We're not leaving them behind.
I can't.
Just tell you to fucking run as fast as you can towards the woods.
I could sneak a little bit ahead of you and you guys drive up. And I can jump in the back of the U-Haul.
Which side of the road do you want to be on? Left-hand side of the road, right-hand side of the road, and how far away from the vehicles do you want to try to get?
Okay, left-hand side of the road.
Alright, so you go towards the trailer in the field.
I'm sneaking that way
Yeah,
to
sneak there,
set the
run
thing
back.
off. Pretty much like adjacent then to the cars, and like set the whole thing up, light it, and then sneak back to the car.
So you don't want to get more than like 30, 60 feet away?
Well, no, I'm going as far as I can by the trailer, but it's gonna take a hot minute.
So you're going to be behind the trailer, lighting a pot full of fireworks, while the group's to the right of you on the road, probably about, let's say, 150 yards away. Well, what's going to happen first is you're going to light those things. You have a lighter, I assume?
Yeah.
Alright, roll me a survival check to use your lighter. As long as you don't roll a 1, your lighter still works.
I rolled a 4.
Your lighter still works. It's, not the first time, but it works well enough for you to light these firecrackers. They will pop,
Wait,
pop.
hold on. I'm gonna die doing this. Yeah, I like the fireworks.
Alright, you light the fireworks, drop into a pan, pop, 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 pop. They make a loud, obnoxious noise, drawing the attention of the zombies up the road ahead, who now turn and look this way towards your vehicles.
That's all for this chapter of the Regulars. Tune in next time for more.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Would you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
What you can say, brothers are all the same. You're everybody else are.
This episode of Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater was sponsored by our fans and friends on Patreon. Donate today. Keep Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater alive.